Is it too late for me to start over and become who I really am? This question has popped up in my life even much before, but this time I actually asked myself seriously as well. So, although as we all know, we might have secretly knowing, unknowingly restarted our life multiple times in this lifetime, but we're just too busy to understand that we have done that. So, right from the time we were young and until we grow old, I think there's multiple times that we always reinvent ourselves, we always restart. And that is the point about life. There is always a restart button, even in machines and devices, and it also applies to our life. Restarting is something that is universal. Okay, so I've analyzed this one particular question, and I found that there are three parts to it. And the first part is it too late? The second one is starting over, and the third is becoming who I really am. So the third part is something that I reflected a little bit, and I asked myself as well, becoming who I really am. So am I not who I really am at this point of time? Or who am I trying to become? Is it the past version of me that once upon a time I felt that that was who I should be? Or am I exploring more to become this version of myself which has never been before? So it's an interesting question, not just to receive the answer, but it's also interesting in the way the question is being asked. So together today, let's dive into this topic and get something out of this that will help uh, us understand um, more about the starting over. I think most of us have seen these information or news about certain people reinventing their life or their project when they are at late in their 40s or 50s or 60s. So by looking at them and by understanding what exactly they have achieved and reached that success in life, I would definitely say that yes, it's absolutely possible for anybody to reinvent themselves, to restart in life. So, my focus was more on the nature's perspective. Since I am a nature enthusiast and I mostly I mostly enjoy spending time in nature because I love to observe. And when it comes to the topic of reinventing yourself or the possibility of restarting over, I firstly look in the nature. In the nature, if you see a flower, it does not keep blooming all along. It blooms in a particular season or a particular weather, and it dies and then it regrows again. Some of the flowers have adapted so well that they can grow throughout any season or temperature. It does not harm them until and unless they have received the proper nutrients and water. So these are the kind of things that makes me pause and makes me feel good. And when I have to question myself whether it's going to be possible to restart, I look at them and I think, yes, if they can do it all over again from so many years, why can't we? Right now, One more observation I have seen in nature is the way trees grows. So it takes them so many years to become the full version of themselves. And it has to go through several weathers, several seasons, and probably here and there, it has to go through extreme weathers. And some of the weather can actually cut and break down a tree from a thunder or from the wind, landslides. But have you seen a fallen tree and have you observed something? Sometimes you'll see a tree is fallen and there's still some growth that's happening with that tree or on that tree. One of the trees that I have seen um, was completely lying flat on the in the forest, and it has these lichens, these beautiful lichens, these mushrooms and mosses that was growing in that. It was amazing to see that the tree is actually knowingly or unknowingly, I'm not sure, but it's reinventing itself from that stage of falling. So I may not be able to explain really very well about how it is, because I am just speaking in very much simple terms so that we can, understand. So what I'm trying to say here is that no matter the fall, no matter the circumstances it has met, its purpose is still reinvented even in that stage. It's flat, it's lying down, it looks like it's dead, but no, it's allowing other things, other living things to grow on top of it. And it's giving life to the plants and to everything around it. And that is so magical, that is so pure. And that is one thing that we can learn from nature about reinventing yourself, even from that stage. One more observation that I have made about this caterpillar turning into a beautiful butterfly. I think we have all read and we've studied them about them in books. And uh, even then, you may think that that could just be a transformation. But I feel that, I mean, I'm keeping myself in the situation of, say, I am a caterpillar. How have I been navigating my life as a caterpillar would have definitely been a different situation and different circumstances after me emerging as a butterfly with wings. So, this is also transformation as well as reinventing yourself. You see, it's a very it's a very magical thing to even, be able to observe that, like right in front of your eyes you're seeing all these things on a daily basis. Just imagine, if you are a caterpillar, you must be moving so slowly every day, and the circumstances and the situations that they must have gone through is highly impossible to even imagine, until and unless we live that life. But imagine one day you reach a phase in your life where you're supposed to be like transforming, but you don't know about it because you're living that life for the first time. And then you have to be isolated and covered inside this cocoon for so many days. And then one day you beautifully emerge as a full fledged butterfly, that same caterpillar as a butterfly. So, why I have used this particular example is that although you may think that it's a transformation, but tell me, if you are a butterfly, will you still have a memory of once you were a caterpillar? I mean, I haven't done so much of research, but I can just, use my imagination. See, my previous life was, I mean, the same lifetime, but just few days ago, I was a caterpillar, and after few days, I have turned into a butterfly. So, what are you going to do? Just in a simple and way we just use our mind. I'm not going to, tell you to literally think yourself as a caterpillar. I'm just using a metaphorical way to, speak about reinventing and restarting. Don't you think so? A butterfly, along with its transformation, has to reinvent and restart its life. Imagine, just take a moment and think about it. That's quite big. That's that's magical, and that's magnificent at the same time. So if in case I was a butterfly, if I was a caterpillar, and then how do I mean, yes, I found these new wings right now. Like, am I not blessed? I used to crawl and now I'm flying. Just imagine that. So even in that stage of being a butterfly, you say you're gifted. You've completed this particular lifetime, and now God says you've got wings. Now you're ready. You've got your wings and you can go wherever you can. You can fly. That is the kind of freedom every one of us wants, to fly. But what happens? Do you think the butterfly will not meet with any new challenges, even after restarting and reinventing, from a caterpillar to having wings? Just think about it. It's the same thing with us humans too. We go through these stages in this lifetime, and somewhere we are blessed. God blesses us with these wisdom and power of transformation and how to reinvent ourselves. So it's basically a process, it's a journey. Like the caterpillar, I'm very sure we all have a journey in life. And yes, it is possible to reinvent. But how we navigate and reinvent in our life, probably I will make a separate video someday in the future. If it's meant to happen, it will happen. And maybe we can dig deep dive, and we can speak about it. But right now, I just want you to, get into this, like, let that sink in. It's a beautiful observation. And if you think about it, it's quite powerful. You can use your imagination in several ways. I have just spoken a little bit, but I thought that that particular example would make sense to this conversation that we are having. Another one last example I would like to use is of the hermit crab and its shell. I think most of you are aware that when a hermit crab grows, its shell becomes a tight, painful prison. So it must be brave enough to leave the safety of its current shell and crawl across the open, vulnerable sand just to find a larger one that actually fits who it is now. So imagine, again, another transformation, again, another reinventing of the self. So if you have listened to that statement that I've made just now, it has to cross the vulnerable sand just to find another shell that it could fit. So that would take time for them. And during this point, where they probably have never experienced and experiencing this for the first time, imagine the the feeling that what they must do. Maybe their instinct would definitely tell them they would know what to exactly do, but it's about that moment that they are facing it. So it seems to me that this is quite natural in the nature to reinvent themselves, to reclaim their power, and to finally fit into what they are actually supposed to be. Okay, so we are almost towards the end of the video, and I just did not want to let you go just like that. And I wanted to speak something from my own experience about reinventing myself. So there has been multiple instances that has happened, and where I had to restart my life. I had to gather new perspectives to overcome something that I have experienced. And that could be anything from relationship, career, um, uh, education, life as it is. So maybe as we grow and as we get to know each other, I will be more and more comfortable in sharing a few bits from my life. But what I wanted to say is that it is definitely possible. If I can reinvent and restart my life, you can too. We all can. It only takes a little bit of strength. It will test you, it will break you, it will make you feel that this is the end and there's nothing more for you. But whenever you get that thought, always remember you need to be strong, especially when there's nobody with you and you have to do this all by yourself and without anyone's support. Because trust me, there were situations where I I just don't want to bother anyone around me, because all of us are going through something in our lives, and I took it up upon myself to uh, change it. And maybe right now, I it's too soon for me to say, because right now I've just started YouTube. Maybe a year from now, or many years from now, this video will make sense and I'll be able to come and tell you, hey guys, like, I restarted this and it's possible. So maybe this I will only get to know in the future if it would really work. But my point is, if you are somewhere in your life or phase right now where you think that this is it, and it's been happening and I don't see it changing, even no matter how much I try, then please be very caution, be very cautious, and tell this to yourself that nothing is impossible. You are you are the maker of your life. You are someone who knows everything, who knows better what is good for you, what is good for people around you. But most importantly, you must always remember who you are before all these distractions, before all these failures, before anyone can hurt you. You should remember who you are. Never forget that. So whenever we meet a deadline, right, sometimes we meet dead ends every now and then. There's always there's always the positive and the negative. Sometimes it takes a long time for us and we are in the negative zone, and we tend to see only the negativity. But imagine in all that, space of negativity, somewhere deep in your mind or in your heart, you thought that no, this is not it. I mean, I have gone through this and this is just not it. That I'm going through so much of struggles only for me to give up. Always tell yourself like that. Always speak to yourself in the most sacred way, because you are the best person to understand yourself. So if you think that reinventing or restarting your life is not possible, then do let me know what situation is that. I would love to learn new perspectives. See, it is just me alone who's speaking from my point of view. If there's anything that I must have said it in a way that have hurt you, I'm really sorry. I really don't have such intentions to hurt anyone, and I'm quite aware and I'm well aware when it comes to hurting anybody. So this is just a conversation between me and you. And if you think that I've stepped my boundaries, you can always let me know. And if you think that this is helpful, it's simple but helpful, and it's a little eye opening, you can also like the video and probably share with someone whom you think that may help them as well across this phase that they are going through. And if you are new here to Earth Dragon Speaks, please consider subscribing to my channel. I am still a growing channel with only 65 subscribers at the moment. I am looking forward to uh, bring a harmonious community together. And it wouldn't be possible if, without your help. So I am feeling so grateful today that I could finish another video, because these type of public conversations is not that easy. And day by day, I am loving what I'm doing, though it is too early to say that. But I really enjoy um, doing this with you. So I really hope that God gives us more opportunity and, a reason to connect like this for a long time. So thank you so much for showing love and for listening to me, even though if my videos are usually long. I will try to shorten them if it's possible. I tried with today's video, so let's see how it works. And I look forward to the next video. I'm not sure what I'm going to speak about, but I think for now we will be seeing each other every Wednesday. So if I have any extra time, I will make sure that I double the videos in a week. But as of now, I think I will be seeing you more often on Wednesday. And thank you so much for your time. Thank you for listening. I really enjoyed doing this from my whole heart. So, if you are sitting there wondering if the clock has run out, just take a quick look at the world around you. Nature doesn't ask for permission to begin again. It is never too late to start over and become who you really are. Because nature isn't interested in who we were, it only cares about what you are choosing to become today. So, I think we need to step out of the old shell so that a new chapter starts blooming. Thank you so much for watching the Earth Dragon Speaks. Stay sacred.